Need LASIK? Trust the experienced team at the LASIK Center at Evergreen Eye Center. No glasses, no contacts, no limits. What will you do? LASIK at evergreen.com.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal's second date update.
You know you had a good first date when you could have lost your job over it.
Whoa. What? I don't think that's good.
Well, Becca, who's on the phone today to do a second date update, emailed us. I don't know much about her date, but she said it was spontaneous and incredible, and I actually skipped out on work halfway through the day to go on the date.
Oh, cool. That is cool. You're right.
Yeah. I don't know what that means, so let's just ask her. Becca, what's up? How are you?
I'm good. I just want to know why he's not calling me back.
Yeah, so do I. I want to know about your date.
Me too.
I mean, use the word spontaneous and incredible in your email. What does that mean?
Honestly, it was the most incredible day in my life.
What? In your life? That is a bold statement.
Seriously, it's just the best thing.
Wait, where did you meet this guy? Who is he?
So I was actually on my lunch break, and I was at Starbucks.
Okay.
And
All right, nice frappuccino halfway through the day, give you a sugar rush and then a sugar crash in the afternoon. That's cool.
Thanks for the analysis.
yeah, so there was this good-looking guy. He was so good-looking in a suit. And he came up to me, and he was so personable. And we were talking. It was a great conversation, but I thought I had to get back to the office.
Mm-hmm.
But honestly, I didn't really want to go back. He was just, wow. He was wow. So after talking for a few minutes, I just decided that's it. I'm not going back. This guy is really cool. There's something about him.
So when he approached you to talk to you, was he trying to get you to hang out longer, or did you just assume all this? Because the way you're telling a story, it's like he just started talking, you're like, well, I'm calling into work. Now I'm going to follow this guy around all day.
No, it didn't happen like that. What happened was we were talking, and he asked me to lunch. And I wanted to go. I wanted to do something for myself for once.
All right. Okay. So you just called your boss, or you just didn't show back up, or?
Yeah, I called in sick.
Called in sick at lunchtime.
It's weird, because they saw you in the morning at work, and then you called in sick at lunch and left.
I mean, I could have got food poisoning for all they know. That's the only thing I could come up with.
So wait,
That's true.
Yeah, but how did lunch turn into the best day of your life?
Okay, well, pretty much. We went to lunch together, and then afterwards we walked around a park. So it was really romantic already at that point.
Wow, it does sound pretty crazy. Lunch and a walk through the park. Becca, your life, man. I don't know how you do it.
No, guys, it gets better. Just hold on.
Okay.
You guys sat on a bench, too.
Yeah.
Watch some birds or something.
Slow down, Jubal. Don't ruin her story, okay?
Sorry.
No. Okay, listen. So he whispers in my ear. He goes, do you want to do something crazy right now? And I'm like, what? Crazy? What does that mean? And he takes me to a pet store and buys me a puppy.
No way.
What?
Wait, did you want a puppy?
Who doesn't want a puppy?
That's
Duh!
true,
People
I
who don't
suppose.
want to take care of a puppy. That's a lot of responsibility.
I don't know. At that point, I wasn't even thinking about taking care of it. I was just like, this is the weirdest thing that's ever happened to me on a date, but I like it so much.
But that's like possibly a 15-year commitment with a guy that you just met during your lunch break.
Yeah.
It was just the moment. I was feeling it in that moment. I just wanted to go for it.
All right. So did you guys pick out a puppy together?
Yes, we did. Yeah, it was so cute. And we named it Sprinkles. That was my name, obviously.
Oh,
And
So then what happened? You get the puppy and then what?
so afterwards, we brought Sprinkles to my place, and we were lying on the floor playing with her. She was so fun to play with, and we had an amazing night.
Uh-huh.
And then some things happened.
Oh, looks like you're still glowing, girlfriend.
Oh, such a good night, let me tell you.
What happened? What happened?
Jubal.
Then they take the puppy out to let it go pee.
Becca, what happened? I'm confused.
No, don't ask.
Jubal, you know what happened.
I don't. You said some things. That could be a lot of stuff that
Okay.
happened. I'm totally confused.
So wait, did he stay the night?
Yes, and the next morning when I woke up, he wasn't there, but I found a note on the counter.
Okay.
So the note said, I had an amazing time. Sorry I had to take the puppy home with me. I can't wait to see you again. Love, Ricky.
Whoa, he actually said love at the end of it.
Dude, Jubal just got hives. Just you even saying it.
Sheesh.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Yeah.
I know, it's crazy, right?
Yeah, that's even worse than getting a puppy for somebody right when you meet him.
Oh my God. It's not like he said, I love you. He just, I mean, which is still nice, but it's not exactly dropping the L-bomb.
Yeah. Like, it's okay, he had to go, but the note was really sweet.
Uh-huh.
And I've been calling him because I want to see Sprinkles, but he hasn't been picking up, and honestly, I'm just worried about him. I don't know what's going on. I know he has a job where he has to travel a lot, so he might not be at his phone, but I just want to talk to him. I just want to hear his voice again.
Okay, wow. How many times have you tried to get a hold of him?
At least 10 times now.
Whoa.
I try not to call, too many times in a row, but I miss him a lot. So hopefully you guys can get him on the phone.
Okay, well, we'll see. We'll play a song, come back, call him, and see if we can get a second date update from this dude and the puppy.
Okay, great.
All right? I'll do it right after this. Hang on.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal in the mornings. Second date update.
How much is that doggy in the window? The one with the
How much is that doggy?
waggly tail.
I wonder how much that doggy did cost. And I wonder where that doggy is now. Probably with no parents at all.
No, don't say that.
Right in the middle of your second date update. Why is that song playing? Because Becca is on the phone, and today she wants to call a dude named Ricky. Ricky has her puppy. And he also has her heart. She was out on a lunch break at Starbucks one day, and then Ricky walked in, a vision of loveliness, and started chatting her up. And then he convinced her to call in sick to work the rest of the day. She did it. And while they were out hanging out, getting lunch, walking through the park, they actually went and bought a puppy together.
Oh my God.
And then ended up spending the night together. He was gone in the morning. So was the puppy. And she doesn't know why he won't answer her phone calls.
Oh my gosh, Becca, how are you feeling right now?
I'm a little bit nervous, but I know our date was such an amazing time. And honestly, I just hope everything's all right with him.
Okay, so you think that there's a reasonable explanation, and it's obviously that he was hit by a bus.
Definitely.
Okay.
All right, well, I'm going to dial his phone number right now and see if we can get him on the phone, okay?
Okay.
All right, here we go.
Hello,
Hi, can I speak to Ricky, please?
this is Ricky.
Hey, Ricky, how are you? This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
This is what?
Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the morning, the radio show?
What is that?
The radio or the radio show? Because the radio is a device that you can listen to a lot of things on. Music programs.
I know what a radio is. Why are you calling me?
Oh, I'm calling you today because one of our listeners emailed us about you. Somebody that you know very well.
Okay.
I mean, you have a puppy with her. You should know who it is.
Why are you asking all these questions?
Well, I'm asking you because we do a segment on our show called The Second Date Update. So you recently went out with Becca.
Okay. Yeah, Becca. All right.
Uh-huh.
Okay, that sounds funny to you. I don't know why. And she emailed us because she said she's been trying to get a hold of you since you guys hung out all day. You bought a puppy together. You spent the night together, and then you were gone. And she doesn't know why you're not calling her back.
Okay, and now you just want to talk about this.
Well, yeah, because
Yeah, pretty much.
you're not. She doesn't know. She doesn't know what's happening. She thought that, I don't know, that something maybe bad happened to you.
She wants to know why you're not calling her back.
Well, I mean, does that even matter?
Of course
I
it
think
matters.
to her, it matters for sure. You guys, you bought a puppy together.
All right, I mean, that's my thing. What do you want me to say?
What do you mean it's your thing? You stayed the night and you wrote her a note that said, "Love Ricky."
Yeah, I mean, that's the kind of guy I am. You know, you might get a puppy. You're probably going to get a puppy.
Huh?
So
Wait a second.
confused. What?
I don't, all right, I mean, if you got to know, I like to buy girls puppies.
Wait a minute, though. That doesn't make any sense. You kept the puppy. Do you have 80 puppies at your house?
I don't know. It's my move. It's it's my thing. You want me to
Yeah,
talk
but-
about it? I mean, what? You never heard of something like this?
No, I've never heard of a dude that just meets women and buys them puppies.
Of course you didn't, because it's what I do.
Okay, wait.
Okay, well,
sound like
what do you do with the puppy afterwards, though? That's the question. She told us that you spent the night, and then you were gone, and so was the puppy.
Yeah, I have this arrangement with my friend. He works at a pet store, and if he sees me walk in with a girl at the pet store, he knows that there's a particular puppy, and I give her the puppy. Works every time.
Wait, I don't get it. Works for what?
You want to pick up a girl, you give her a puppy.
It's true, I guess.
But it doesn't make any sense. You were already out to lunch with a girl before you bought the puppy. I mean, you already picked her up.
It's a first date move, though. Like, you're going to seal the deal if you give her a puppy. It works like a charm, honestly. They love it.
Oh.
So wait, you're trying to get off of puppies?
I'm not trying to. I do.
Yeah, I mean, we only know one person that's come in contact with you, and it worked with them.
It always works.
Oh, my
Dude,
Okay.
that is evil. You are using puppies.
What? I mean, dudes walk dogs, and they get to meet girls when they're walking the dog. I mean, I just give them the dog.
Oh,
I'm cutting out the walking part.
What happens to the puppy, though?
In the morning, I bring the dog back. I bring the dog back to the pet store. Yeah, my friend takes it back.
Oh, my gosh.
What, am I going to take care of this thing? You're crazy. Bring it back.
But Ricky, do you understand what you're doing? Like, you're doing more than just getting laid. Like, you are roping these women into believing that you want to have a future with them.
Whatever. If we went out to dinner, am I making a commitment to eat dinner with you for the rest of my life?
No, but you're not taking care of dinner for the rest of your life together it's joint custody of a puppy.
Come on, if you believe that we're going to have a whole life together just because I gave you a puppy, I mean, honestly, that's really stupid.
Oh my God, now you're calling her dumb?
I mean, come on. You just meet this guy, and the first day, you're like making plans for the rest of your life based on a puppy. I mean, you have to be a moron.
Dude, she got you.
Whoa,
Oh my
Ricky,
God.
after that, I would like to tell you that somebody wants to talk to you because Becca is on the other line, and she just heard everything you said.
Ricky, are you kidding me? Is that true, everything you just said right now?
Wait, what? What's going on?
Mm-hmm.
Ricky, stop playing stupid. I just heard everything you said to these guys.
Wait, what exactly did you hear?
I heard that you buy puppies to get girls into bed with you.
No, that's not exactly what I said. So,
What? That sounds like it was exactly what you said, Ricky.
Ricky, you cannot backpedal on this, man.
No, I think you just like missed something or whatever. I mean, yeah, I buy girls puppies, but like those just stuffed animals. Like I bought you a real puppy, you know? You're the only one, honestly. You're the only one I've met that's special enough that I wanted to get a real puppy for, you know?
Freaking liar.
Ricky,
No, I'm
Ricky,
serious.
I don't think
those other girls, like they just get, a little teeny stuffed dog or whatever. It's nothing. They meant nothing to me.
That's bull. I just heard you say that you have a friend at a pet store and he gives you a puppy to give to girls.
No. I said that my friend's at the pet store, but I had to get the dog, its shots. That's
Oh,
why I
really,
took
Ricky?
the dog back to him.
So if she went back to that same pet store where you got the puppy to begin with, that same puppy wouldn't be at the pet store right now?
Yeah, no, it's getting its shots. Yeah, and she, so I can have. Why don't we go out? Let's go out Friday, and I'll bring the puppy.
Ricky,
it should have all the shots by then.
Come on, man. Be honest.
I'm being honest.
No, you're not, Ricky. I literally just heard you say that anybody who believes you is a total moron.
No. I mean that was the other girls. Like you're not that. You're special. That's why I got you a real dog. I'm not lying. You're just like misunderstanding what's
Oh my
happening.
gosh, Ricky.
When we were having lunch, and I don't know, just do you remember the conversation we were having, the way we were vibing, the way we were talking about, like, I don't know, like we have this chemistry. You have to admit, there's just something between us.
Mm-mm.
That's what I was trying to say. Like, and that's why I bought you the dog. Like, it's an instant connection, and I just wanted to give you a dog. So,
Look, I don't know if I believe you.
What do you mean you don't know?
You
if
don't
believe
know.
him?
Did you
don't
hear
believe
everything
him.
Ricky said, Becca?
I don't know. I mean,
Becca, just listen to me. Like, I don't know exactly what I said before. Like, I was getting a little flustered, like maybe on the radio, and things are getting confused. Like, if anything came off, like, the wrong way, like, I'm sorry. I know things can get misconstrued. Like, I'm trying to tell you something. I'm trying to tell you how much I care about you, so.
Shut up,
He's good.
dude.
Let's just
but
try to, like, move past this, and, like I said, let's get together Friday, and I'll take you out to dinner.
Gross.
I just want to make sure that you're not lying to me.
No, Becca, he is lying to you. He's a con artist. Do not listen to him right now. I know you want to be in love, girl. I know you want that whole day to be true and the puppy love and all
Becca,
that stuff. It's
Don't
not.
listen to them. Becca, don't listen to them. I'll see you Friday. I'll pick you up, and then we can go get sprinkles. And like, you know Sprinkle's face when she sees you, like she's gonna freak out. It's gonna be awesome.
Yeah, I mean, that does sound kind of nice.
Oh my God, my head is gonna explode.
Yeah, it'll be nice. Like I said, she's getting her shots, and she's gonna be so excited to see her mommy. So it'll be fun.
Gross, dude.
Oh my God!
You
All right,
are
well,
so gross, Ricky.
let me officially ask Ricky: would you like to go out on a second date with Becca? We will pay for
We're
it.
gonna pay. No way.
Yeah, of course. I mean, let's just go one more time, and I can prove to you that I'm a good guy and that I really care about you.
Gross.
We did have an amazing time on that date.
Oh,
I know, we did.
Oh, God.
All right.
You are the most
Well-
beautiful woman on the planet.
wow.
I guess it's a successful second date update. Congratulations, Becca. You got a second date with Ricky.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay,
Which
Becca-
actually I think is a pretty impressive feat. It doesn't sound like a lot of girls get another shot with Ricky.
Oh my God, I'm so excited, guys. I really am.
All right. Well,
Yes, is-
you guys have fun. And I guess, Ricky, the next thing for you to do is get on the phone with your friend and make sure that Sprinkles is still there.
Yeah.
Sprinkles is there.
Yeah, right.
Right.
Okay.
Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
Everybody is outraged on the text message board at 78592 about today's second date update. Listen, we could spend a long time talking about it, but let's just break it down really quick. Everybody listening and everybody in studio knows that Ricky, the dude that Becca wanted to call for the second date update, is a liar.
Yes,
Yeah, a manipulative liar.
Yeah. He got her a puppy on their first date, but he only did it because he has a friend that works at a pet shop and he gives girls puppies and then ends up leaving and taking the puppy back to the store after he hooks up with them. But Becca still believed him that that was actually the puppy that they got together. And it was just getting some shots when really he took the puppy back just so he could probably get one last go with Becca.
Yeah.
Is it really that hard for men to get some? Because I know plenty of women that are ready and like want some themselves. Like, why can't he just? Yeah, absolutely.
Intro, please. Hello. Where's
Plenty of ladies
met
out
your
there that just
friends
want
and-
one night. Are you kidding me?
Oh man.
Anyway, everybody knows this dude is a liar. Remember, if you want a second date update, all you have to do is email the show and we'll call the person who didn't call you back.
Moving 92.5.
Are you single and feeling out of the loop? Put away that mouse and get out of the house. Join In the Loop, Seattle's brand new activities club just for singles. Go to intheloopsingles.com today.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal's second date update.
The girl on the phone to do a second date update today met the guy that she wants to call at the grocery store.
I never think that actually happens.
Oh, it happens. I actually got a phone number at the grocery store
Really?
not that long ago.
That's
And I
awesome.
didn't even have to talk to the girl.
How
I
did that
was
work?
behind her in line at the checkout counter. And the checker asked her for her rewards card number. And as she gave her rewards card number to the checker, I took it down in my phone behind her.
Oh my god, that's so creepy.
So creepy, but it's effective, and it worked. I did try to text her later and got nothing in response, which I thought was very rude. But apparently, yeah, some guy came up to Chelsea in the grocery store and asked her for her number. Hey, Chelsea, how are you?
Hey, I'm good. How are you guys?
Good. So are you disappointed that he didn't do it like I did?
Yeah, that would have been surprisingly romantic.
Yeah, no
It
kidding,
is.
right?
Yep.
I think what's even more shocking about a guy asking you out on the grocery store is that you actually found him attractive.
Well, I know, right?
Yeah.
It was kind of amazing.
Why is that? Are all guys at grocery stores ugly or something?
No, just
go
like
shopping.
the likelihood of you getting asked out at a grocery store is going to be by like some 50-year-old divorced dad that's kind of creepy. Like that
Really?
it's actually someone.
Where do you shop? Because I see like single dudes in the grocery store all the time.
All ages.
Well, yeah, but anytime, I mean, I get hit on in the grocery store all the time, but chances are it's just not going to be someone I'm interested in.
Yeah.
Like a creep who's coming up to you talking about how to test melons or something. Like, you want to let you know how these melons are ripe?
Okay, that's not unlike the conversation that me and this guy had.
What?
Really?
He did not pull a melon line on you.
It wasn't about melons. He brought up avocados and how he was having issues with them.
Completely different than what I was saying. You're right.
he was like riding the struggle bus about avocados. He was standing there with like 2 avocados in his hands, like looking back and forth and like not knowing how to tell if they were ripe. And I helped him with it.
I will say,
so he didn't approach you going, hey, you know how to squeeze these things properly?
No.
You actually saw him having trouble and helped him out.
Yes.
Okay, that's nice. And when did you guys actually exchange numbers and stuff?
Well, I sort of helped him with avocados, and we laughed a little bit, and then I went away and kept grocery shopping. And then we ran into each other in a different part of the store.
Uh-huh.
And he said something really like, I still don't know about avocados. Like, it was horribly done, but very endearing, because it was clear he just wanted to talk more. So I was like, oh, I could help you with that anytime. I'm a much better flirt than he is.
I don't know why this is turning me on, but it is.
You're welcome.
Thank you. So you had, it just sounds like an awkward exchange that you guys had.
It was like charmingly awkward.
Okay.
It was like, okay, we're obviously attracted to each other, but don't know each other well enough to say anything.
Yeah.
So we'll talk about avocados.
Did he ask for your number then?
He did.
So tell us about your date when you guys actually went out, or was the whole date at the grocery store?
No, we just went on a coffee date. It was nice. He took me to this little, like, independent place I hadn't been before.
Uh-huh.
And I thought it went really well. We had a lot of, like, easy-flowing conversation. We both have, like, a few different weird jobs. Like, he works as a professional dog walker.
Dude, those guys are impressive.
And I work as a clown.
What? You're a clown.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
You currently work as a clown?
Yeah, I currently work as a clown. I mean, not, like, currently, like, this morning. I'm not dressed in clown clothes right now.
Oh, interesting.
That's cool.
Yeah, I've never met a clown before.
Yeah.
Did he think that was really cool?
Yeah, he thought it was fun. I told him some, like, funny stories about things that the kids say, and he's told me, like, silly things that his dogs have done. And
That's so boring.
Yeah.
I don't say.
It really does.
I love kids and dogs. I'm just saying.
I wish I could have been there for your conversation.
yeah, it was great.
So you guys bonded over your jobs.
Yeah, our weird jobs.
Okay.
It was nice. It was really nice. And he was just, like, a good guy.
If everything went really well, why do you think he's not calling you back?
I'm not really sure. The only thing that I could really think of was that I said that I wasn't necessarily interested in getting married anytime soon. Mm-hmm. And I wonder if maybe he was like, that's like what he's on his mind, so we're just in different places.
Mm-hmm. How did you say it, though? Did you harp on it? Was the whole thing like, oh, God, and I'm not interested in getting married ever?
No. I wasn't like, my parents hate each other and left because they don't love me. I wasn't like weird about it. I was just like,
the reason I don't want to get married is because I had a bad example of love growing up.
right, yeah, like I wasn't like a crazy person. I was just like, I have a lot of things I want to do in my life before I settle down and get married.
Did he seem awkward after you said it?
At the time, I didn't think of him as being awkward, but looking back on it, I'm like, I said that, and then I don't know how he feels about it. Is that because he like quickly changed the subject or something? And I'm just not really exactly, I don't quite have a handle on it.
Yeah, it doesn't sound like it's too bad. You might be overthinking that a bit. Mm-hmm. How many times have you tried to get a hold of him?
Twice. I texted him the day after our date, and he texted me back and was just like, oh, I'm really busy this weekend. And then I texted him the next week, and he didn't text me back at all.
Okay, so you haven't heard anything from him since that second text?
Mm-mm.
All right, well, we'll play a song, come back, call him, and get your second date update, all right?
Okay, thank you.
Brooke and Jubal in the mornings, second date update.
Call now to win a $1,000 cash crate.
1-866-MOVE-925.
Chelsea is on the phone with us, and today she wants to call a guy named Greg. They met at the grocery store, bonded over some avocados, ended up going out for coffee, and now he's not calling her back, and she has no idea why. Chelsea, I have a really good idea for you, actually.
What is it?
I say you don't do the second date update, okay?
What?
Why?
I think a better idea is to go back to that grocery store every single day and wait by the avocados. Just like pull up a chair next to the avocados until he comes up to buy some and ask him to explain himself in person.
That's a good idea. I
Yeah.
could be holding 2 avocados and weeping over them.
Exactly.
Everybody going into the store. Look, there's the sad avocado lady again.
Imagine his surprise when he walks up and sees you camped out by the avocados.
Yeah, guys love that.
He'll definitely go on another date with you then.
No.
All right, well, never mind. I'll see you guys later.
Yeah.
All right, I'm about to dial the phone number right now. Any last thoughts before we get him on the phone?
No, I don't think so. I'm ready.
All right, I'm going to dial the phone number right now, see if we can get your second date update.
Hello?
Hi, can I speak to Greg, please?
Speaking.
Hey, Greg, how are you? This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
Sorry, what's that?
This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the morning, the radio show. How are you?
I'm okay. What's this about?
It's a segment we do on our show called the Second Date Update. Basically, if somebody goes out on a date and they get blown off, they email us and ask if we can get the other person on the phone to find out why. The girl that you went out with, her name is Chelsea.
Okay.
She told us a little bit about how you guys first met at the grocery store. She helped you with avocados, and then you asked for her number, and you guys went to coffee.
Yeah, that definitely happened.
Okay. Did you not like her? Because it sounds like from the tone of your voice right now, it sounds like you didn't really like Chelsea very much.
No. It's not that I didn't like her. Just a weird phone call to talk about the date.
Yeah, for sure. I get that. Can you tell us a little bit about it, though? She really wants to know why you're not calling her back.
I guess I could tell you guys about it.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it. So she told us about your date and said that, in her opinion, everything went great, but she hasn't heard from you. Can you explain the date to me a little bit in your words?
Yeah, she was really nice, and the date was going really great until she basically just got a little weird. She said something, and I couldn't really shake it, and I feel bad, but yeah, it was just a little weird.
Was it about not wanting to get married anytime soon? Because she felt like that might be the issue.
Really? That's why she thought I didn't want to call her back?
Yeah, she thought maybe you were a guy that was like looking to find a wife right away or something, and that scared you off.
Oh my gosh. No, that was not what scared me away. I don't really even know how to say this. We were talking about our jobs and things that make us interesting, and I told her that I was a professional dog walker, and then she started saying things that made her interesting, and like, I work part-time as a clown. I work in the medical industry part-time. I'm a swinger, and I do calligraphy, and she kept going.
Slow down. What
Back
did
up
you
a
just
little
say?
bit.
No way.
No, that was my exact reaction. I was just so taken aback, and so I asked her, I was like, wait, you're talking about like swing dancing, right? And she said, no, you are thinking about the right thing. And then she just tried to keep going, and I could not drop it. It like completely changed.
Oh my God.
That's not something that you usually casually drop in a conversation. Like, yeah, I walk dogs, and then I have sex with lots of people, and then also...
She lumped it in with calligraphy,
Yeah.
for God's sakes.
I couldn't even, and I couldn't change the way I looked at her after that the rest of the date.
So you're not into dating swingers?
No, I mean, it's not something that I actively seek. I'm definitely looking for a long-term monogamous relationship, and I mean, she just said it so casually, it didn't seem like a big deal to her. I couldn't stop thinking about it. Like, what if I take her home to my parents and she wants to sleep with my dad? You know, like...
I guess I've never thought about that before, yeah, but I guess if you're dating a swinger, you bring her home, some fun things, interesting things could happen.
Oh, God.
It weirded me out, and
Yeah.
I mean, she's a sweet girl, and I feel bad, but I just couldn't drop it after that.
That's understandable, Greg. Greg, I also need to tell you something.
What's that?
Chelsea is actually on the other line listening right now.
What?
Yeah. Chelsea, are you there?
Yep.
Chelsea.
How's it going, Chelsea?
I guess I'm just like, why didn't you say anything? We could have talked about it. You could have asked me questions. I would have been like, no, I'm not a psychopath who's going to try and sleep with your father.
I didn't know what kind of questions to ask you about that. You just said it so casually and nonchalant. Like, I've just never met a swinger before, and it totally shocked me.
Okay, first of all, you've definitely met one before. They just didn't tell you about it.
That's a very good point, Chelsea.
Yeah. And second of all, never having met someone doesn't mean that they're bad. You know, there's...
I didn't think of it as bad. I don't think you're a bad person. It's just honestly not the lifestyle that I'm into, and I'm sorry I wasn't upfront with you about that at the date.
Chelsea, do you always bring it up in that manner on first dates?
Not necessarily, but at the same time, I think it's better than, like, bringing it on somebody after going out for a while where they have all these assumptions.
Yeah, like
I'd
you guys
rather
are...
get it out of the way in the beginning and be honest, and then that way, if they do freak out, then I haven't gotten, like...
Yeah, that's a good way to do it. Until you guys are like a couple months in, you're like, okay, it's finally time to meet my friends. Oh, and by the way, you're going to have sex with all my friends, too.
Right. But again, you wouldn't have to, like...
Well, it's just ignorance. I don't think any of us really understand the swinging lifestyle. I've never been a part of it. It's always interested me. I think it's really cool that you're willing to do that, but I don't know anything about it, so that's just what I assume.
I think what's surprising to me is that it didn't cross your mind that could be a potential reason why he's not calling you back.
Well, yeah, no, I guess it didn't, because he didn't really have a reaction to it. Like, I told him all that stuff, and he was like, oh, a clown, eh? Like...
That makes sense, then.
Yeah.
I just didn't want to focus on that because it made me totally uncomfortable. I didn't know what to say about it. I appreciate the fact that you said it on the first date, and but I couldn't let it go.
I mean, I think that the thing is that it's more about options than anything else. It's about the fact that you're not like, we have to do this and you have to sleep with these people. But you're like, okay, well, do we want to be monogamous right now? Sure. Do we want to swing right now? Sure. Do you want to go on a date with someone else right now? Sure. Like 20 years from now, when you're bored with the sex with your current partner, that doesn't mean you have to break up. It means you have other options.
Greg, I'm going to ask you a question, and I'm going to beg you to say yes to this, okay? Would you like to go on a second date with Chelsea? I will pay for it.
Jubal's like, I want to be there.
You know what? Honestly, like, maybe I could be a little more open-minded, and
of course,
I would like to go on a second date.
Yes!
I would.
Awesome.
I was really actually very surprised that you just said that.
Yeah. Chelsea, are you cool with going out on another date with Greg? Maybe tell him a little bit more about your lifestyle so he can understand it more?
Sure, if only to help spread the gospel of consensual non-monogamy.
Consensual non-monogamy, I like that term.
It does have a nice ring to it.
All right, well, awesome. We'll send you guys out again.
Sweet.
All right, great.
I got this great restaurant you go to. You put your keys at the door in a bowl.
Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
We've had listeners email the show for a second date before saying they want to stay anonymous for whatever reason.
Yeah,
totally.
Some have asked us to beep their name.
Mm-hmm.
Others have asked to use a completely different name.
Right.
But today, we actually have a first because we have someone on the phone who says they would like to go by the name Matthew McConaughey for this call.
All right.
And not only that, he told me ahead of time he'd actually like to speak in Matthew McConaughey's voice.
Oh my
What?
God.
All right.
So
Wait,
Big
or is
fan,
it really
or-
Matthew McConaughey who doesn't want to get caught?
possibly.
Wow.
I'm a little skeptical of doing this, but
I'm excited.
I'm excited
I
too.
can guarantee you he has his shirt off right now.
As a person,
Just ask.
okay, well, let's give it a shot. Matthew McConaughey, you there?
I'm here, baby, all day.
oh
my God.
That's actually pretty good.
That was a lot better than I
and
thought.
he didn't even have to say all right. Like he
Yeah.
went right. Oh wow, I'm impressed.
I'm turned on.
Is you
okay,
But
Brooke,
what?
let's-
No?
is your shirt on or off right now?
Shirts off.
What?
We are ready to go.
Oh, it's
Okay.
him.
Whoa.
I think it's him, guys.
All right.
I think he's trolling
I'm
us.
starting to be a believer now.
Wow.
Okay,
He
so
would not be calling Matthew McConaughey back.
do you
Yeah. Oh, Brooke just popped the bubble.
do you want me to call you Matthew McConaughey or Mr. McConaughey?
Double
or
M.
Matthew.
Like, what do your friends
Oscar-winning-
call you?
Yeah, my friends call me Matt. So
Okay.
since we're friends, you can call me Matt.
All right.
Oh,
And
wow.
so maybe before we get into what happened on your date, can I ask you why you want to stay anonymous?
Well, that's a great question. I think the reason why is because
I can't.
a lot of my friends listen to this show, okay, and they would recognize my voice if I drop this whole Matthew McConaughey thing.
Don't make it sound. I want it to be real. So I'm living in this bubble where I'm really talking to Matthew McConaughey, so I don't like it when you talk like
Brooke,
that.
I'm going to spray you with some water. You need to calm down over there.
I'm just about ready to take my shirt off.
I know, I can tell.
All right, well, before this gets any weirder, maybe we should just start to ask you some questions here, Matt. What's the name of the woman that you went out with?
Her name is Teresa.
Okay.
Teresa.
Okay. And where did you meet this Teresa?
So I was getting my haircut at a barber shop that will remain nameless.
Okay.
Supercuts.
I would love that so much. Hey, we just found out George Clooney uses the Flowbee.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's not that too far off.
All right, was she your barber?
No. So I was getting my haircut right, getting the do right, and I saw this girl walking along the street going inside a coffee shop, and I said, Matt, who was that girl? I followed her into this coffee shop, and I sat my caboose down on a chair, and I just looked at her.
So did you approach this Teresa?
Absolutely, yeah. I was like, I do not approach women like this, but she was so gorgeous that I just walked up to her and I said, listen, baby, look at that sun. This is the last time I want to look at the sun without knowing your name.
Wow.
What? Okay.
I was following you to there.
Now I can tell this
What
isn't
did you
Matthew
just say?
McConaughey.
Hi, I'm Matt. What's your name?
Yeah,
she
you
laughed.
lost me.
She laughed, broke the tension, and she decided to go on a date. And I was absolutely excited about that, obviously.
Why wouldn't you be? So where does Matthew McConaughey like to take his women for a first date?
So I picked her up. We drove actually to a gaming place, billiards, video games, all that kind of stuff.
Man.
Oh, wow.
I thought for sure you would be on a beach. I mean, that's where you belong. But okay.
All right.
That's a good date. Gives you something to do since you guys don't know each other at all.
How'd it go?
It went well. We were vibing, going back and forth, trading jokes, smiles, all things good. Playing a little game of pool, though, I did. I'm a strong guy, I'm not going to lie. And I hit the billiard ball a little too hard, okay? And it kind of jabbed her right in the shoulder there.
Oh.
What? You hit her with a ball from the pool table? Ow.
That's right, yeah.
Most women would love to get hit by one of Matthew McConaughey's balls.
Not that one.
No,
that sounds really painful.
You know what? It gave me an opportunity, though, to comfort her, which was great.
It's hard for me to take this date seriously.
Yeah, when you say it like Matthew McConaughey, I'm like, that's fine, great. But if I heard your real voice, I'd be like, you messed up.
Yeah.
So were you able to salvage it after the ball fiasco?
Yeah, we went outside and I planted one on her. I'm not going to lie.
Oh, she received it well?
She received it well. It was
What?
Weird.
That's not a weird
received the
question.
kiss well.
I don't know. Did she kiss you back? Like, I don't know.
It's been a long time since Brooke had a first kiss, so she doesn't remember.
Normal people say, was it a good kiss? But that's normal.
Yeah.
I'm flustered. I'm talking to Matthew.
Yeah,
Okay, you guys.
Yeah, how was the kiss, Matt?
Oh, man, great question. It was like all the lights on the street turned green. You know what I mean? It was a go-go.
Moment.
I don't know what you mean.
Mind-altering, hallucinogenic type of a kiss.
It was like butterscotch on the side of a hot day. You know what I mean? It doesn't make sense, but if you think about it too hard, but it sounds good.
I like butterscotch.
I don't think about it too hard.
Sounds good to me.
Why do you think she's not calling you back?
I have no idea. Maybe that billiard ball kind of knocked something loose. I don't know.
Her shoulder loose? I don't know.
She can't use the arm to dial. That's the problem.
There we go.
Yeah.
All right, Matt. Well,
This is so fun.
This is really fun. You hold tight, okay? You do your Matthew McConaughey thing for a while because we're going to play a song. We'll come back. We'll call Teresa for you, and we'll try and get you a second date, all right?
All right.
There we go. Hold on, man. We're getting tons of text to 78592 right now. A lot of our listeners are convinced this is the real Matthew McConaughey on the phone.
He's good.
He is pretty good.
And if you're just tuning in for the second date, one of our listeners wanted to stay anonymous so his buddies don't recognize him. But instead of just bleeping his name or using a different one, he wanted to go by Matthew McConaughey and actually speak in Matthew McConaughey's voice.
And not only that, describe his date as if Matthew McConaughey were on it.
It's been amazing.
Right?
I'm very, very impressed. But Matthew McConaughey met a woman named Teresa recently. When he spotted her across the street, followed her into a coffee shop and asked her out, ended up taking her to a gaming hall where they played air hockey and billiards. By the end of the night, he did manage to get a kiss. And before we call her, I need to know, Matthew McConaughey, what name should I say contacted us when I get her on the phone? Because it'd be awkward if I said, a guy doing a Matthew McConaughey impression wants to get a hold of you.
You can just tell her my name is Matt, if that works.
Wait.
Is that what she'll know you as?
Yeah, how would she know Matt?
My real name is Matt, and the voice I'm doing is Matthew. Big difference.
Okay. So getting closer and closer to being the real thing. Yeah. Wait, can I ask one more? Are you going to talk in the Matthew McConaughey voice when it's your turn to talk to her?
We'll see how it goes. It's going to be a surprise.
Oh.
I want a Matthew McConaughey surprise.
Why am I okay with those surprises?
Okay.
All right.
Well, let's do
She's
this.
definitely saying yes to this date.
All right, Matt. I'm going to dial Teresa's number if you're ready.
Good to go.
Okay, here we go.
Hello?
Hi, is this Teresa?
Yeah, who's this?
Hi, Teresa. My name's Jeffrey from the radio show Brooke and Jeffrey in the Morning. How you doing?
Fine. Sorry, who is this?
I'm Jeffrey. I work on a morning radio show, and we're doing a segment on our show called A Second Date. Have you ever heard of those before?
No.
It's a segment that we do on our show to help people with their dating lives. Basically, if you go out with someone and afterwards, if that person's not calling you back, you can email us and we'll call them for you to try and help them figure out the reason why they're not getting a call back.
Okay.
That makes sense?
Yeah.
So the reason why I'm calling you is because we got an email from a guy named Matt, and he's trying to get a hold of you.
Okay. Yeah.
You remember Matt?
Oh yeah, of course. That was pretty recent.
Yeah, right. You guys went out and played pool and stuff?
Yeah, so he told you about the date then?
Yeah. I mean, he gave us a lot of the details and said that he met you at a coffee shop and then you ended up going to a gaming hall, played a bunch of games, and he had a very descriptive way of describing the kiss, but he said it was very good. Do you agree with him on all that?
Sure. I mean, it was a fine kiss. This is so weird.
Did you like him? I mean, were you into him?
Well, the thing about Matt, I mean, so he approached me in a coffee shop and he was really nice. Like, that's what struck me. I'm usually not one to sort of say yes or give my number out to a random guy who approaches me, in public.
I mean, speaking to him just in the little bit that we have, he sounds very charming. If I do say so.
He is. He had some line that was definitely one I haven't heard before. Something about I don't want to look at the sun without knowing your name. It was very sweet, and he came off very genuine.
Confusing.
I mean, if that was sweet, he must be really hot.
Yeah, true.
He's a good-looking guy.
Yeah. It sounds like part of his game is to confuse women so that they don't know what to do except go out with him.
It's working.
Very effective.
Well, he got the date, so.
Yeah. There you go. So the whole reason that we do this is because you're obviously not reaching out to him afterwards, and he's trying to figure out the reason why.
He was really sweet at the coffee shop, but I just got to say, when we went on the date, it felt like he was just trying way too hard. He likes to do kind of voices and impressions.
Really?
We didn't notice.
Yeah, that doesn't sound like him.
No, we're kidding.
No, he may have done an impression or two for us.
Oh, well, then I mean, he does quite a few, and it's a funny party trick, but he kind of was doing them all night.
But maybe, I mean, to give him a break, Teresa, maybe he's just nervous because he did say a lot of really nice things about you. And so maybe he was just, when you get caught in that cycle of wanting to impress someone, that sometimes it backfires.
I don't think I've ever done that when I want to impress someone.
Well, I know, but that's his go-to, right? That's his security blanket. It makes him feel like maybe she'll think I'm funny or something.
Yeah.
Is that
and it shows he's talented. It's impressive. We're all in awe, honestly.
Yeah. I mean, the voice that he did for us was Matthew McConaughey, and we were all blown away.
Did you hear that one?
Yeah, I heard that one. There was one moment where he accidentally sort of hit a billiard ball and it hit me, and he came up and he asked if I was all right.
Okay.
Okay.
That was after I'd been spending a lot of my evening already with Matthew McConaughey, and I was like, when is Matt gonna arrive, you know?
Oh wait, so
like
he did Matthew McConaughey a lot on your date too?
He did. He also did a fair amount of Tim Gunn.
Wait, the fashion guy?
From Project Runway?
Yes, from Project Runway.
Okay.
Those are two very different people.
Yeah, was he good at it?
Yeah.
He was pretty good at it, but, you know, I would be asking something like, about his family, like, are you close with your family? And I get an answer that was in the voice of Tim Gunn, and it was just sort of hard to get to know somebody that way.
Yeah. Or take it seriously. I mean, he could be telling you something deep about his family, but if he's doing it as Cookie Monster, no one's gonna, you know, take it for real.
I wonder if he knows that. If he knows that he was kind of blocking himself on the date.
Right, because how do you get to know him? I mean, I don't feel like I know him at all.
Know him, right?
Right,
Yeah.
the real him.
Yeah, the real man.
But why get to know him when you can know Matthew McConaughey?
I love it. Alexa's into it.
Well, maybe we can get to know Matthew McConaughey a little bit deeper because I need to tell you, Teresa, Matt is on the other line listening. And he really wants to talk to you.
No, he's not.
No,
Yeah, he
I'm
is.
serious, he is.
I feel like we have a lot of people on the line.
I know.
You know what I mean?
Matt, you there?
Or is it Tim Gunn?
Yeah, who is it?
Hey, everyone. Hey, Teresa. How are you?
Oh, it's still so
Oh,
cool.
my God. Hi.
Listen, I don't want you to freak out or, worry. I'm just doing this voice because I know a lot of people, my friends and family, love this show. So they're gonna think they're gonna know who the real me is on this, and I don't want that.
I think they know you do this already. They're still gonna know it's you.
I mean, I think, Matt, you have to drop it at this point if you actually want the date.
Yeah, be real, be mad.
Did you hear what she was saying?
I did hear it. I acknowledge it. I don't necessarily think I need to drop anything. Maybe outside of the show I can drop it. We can have a conversation, but not right now. This is going too well.
Is it? You're laughing. We're making it worse, Teresa.
Look, the reason that I was kind of bummed out is because I really did want to go on that date with you, and I really did want to get to know you.
What do you think about that, Matt?
The voices you get to know me through the voices. Maybe it's a defense mechanism, but we can work on it.
That's the guy. What's his name?
Wait, now you're Tim Gunn?
Well, yeah, sure, I can be Tim Gunn.
Oh, I don't like that. Nope.
Alexis is like,
I'm freaked out.
I mean, it's a pretty good Tim Gunn impression, but I don't think Tim Gunn is someone that women want to go out with all the time.
What she's saying is she wants to go out with the real Matt.
What about Adam Sandler? Ooh.
Adam Sandler?
Okay, we're getting worse.
It's
See,
going downhill.
this is what I'm dealing with. He won't stop with the impressions.
Yeah.
Oh my God! I will tell you though, I have a husband who won't stop with the dad jokes, or and it has been long before he was a father.
Yeah, and the Matthew McConaughey is much better than hearing dad jokes all day.
Yes,
You're coming out
it
on
is.
top here,
I'm just-
Teresa.
It's out of a good place, at least.
I mean, look, dude, you're obviously really good at the impressions.
Yes,
but-
and I love to do them, too.
Oh my
I
God!
love to do them.
Oh my God!
It's really good.
I would date Tim Gunn before Adam Sandler.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
Matt, be you. Did
Yeah.
you not hear what she said? She said she likes you. She said she wants to know you more.
If you asked me out again as yourself, then I might say yes.
I mean, it could not be more clear
Yeah, come
right
on,
now,
Matt.
Matt. Like the clarity is there.
Your set is over. Show's done. Now it's time to be real.
yeah, don't worry about your friends and family judging you. Worry about Teresa judging you right now.
Yeah.
You're right. I can drop the facade, the voices, and I should just be myself.
That is a horrible Betty White impression.
No, honestly, I'm listening to his voice and I'm like, is it supposed to be a celebrity I know? Or is this really who he is?
I think
This is my real voice. This is my real voice. This is Matt. I probably lean on that stuff a little too hard, but it was because I was nervous, and I just wanted to make a good first impression, make you laugh, and maybe I took it too far. But I would love to get to know you for real, Teresa.
Oh, that's better than any impression you could have done, bro.
All right, there it is, Teresa. He gave you the real voice. What do you say? We'd like to send you out on a second date, and we'll pay for it.
I would love to go on a second date.
Oh, you guys are cute.
That's right, baby. That's all my kind of hair.
No, Matt.
Oh, God.
All right.
Sorry.
Okay. All right, so you guys are going to go out again.
You did it.
I'm excited.
Congratulations, Matt.
All right.
All right.
You got to drop it before the date.
Moving 92.5. 104.5. Brooke and Jubal's second date update.
I'm sure all of us have been in that situation before where you're out and then somebody comes up to you and they're like, hey, you remember me? And you can't think of their name.
That's the worst.
How do you handle that? Normally, I have my bodyguard punch them in the face, which is why I don't have a lot of friends anymore.
It's weird.
But it's always tough to figure out how you handle that. You're like, hey, yeah, of course I remember you there.
Oh, God, here you are.
And that's what happened to Penny, who's on the phone today for a second date update. Her email said that she ran into an old friend, but he didn't really remember her.
Oh, no.
I guess they still ended up going out on a date, though. What's up, Penny? How are you?
Good. How are you?
Not bad.
Man, was that moment awkward when you realized that this guy that you were excited to see didn't know who you were?
Yeah, it was really awkward, especially because I thought I would have been memorable because we were like sort of friends in middle school.
Dude, that's messed up.
So you knew him from middle school, you said?
Yeah,
Okay.
we knew each other in middle school and we didn't really hang out in the same groups, but
Right.
like if we had a class together and we didn't know a lot of other people, we would usually like try and sit next to each other because he was always like really funny and would make me laugh during class.
So wait, did you just like randomly run into him out and about?
Yeah, I was at this fair thing and I saw somebody that looked like him. And then when I got close enough that I was like pretty sure it was him by profile, I just like said the name Christian loudly. And he turned around and then I knew it was definitely him.
Oh.
So that could have been kind of weird the way you did that.
Yeah.
Just walking around. Christian! Oh, cool. He looked.
If it's a big group of people, I figure like you say a name, like somebody might just think you're talking to somebody behind them.
Yeah.
So what happened after you said his name?
He turned around and you know that look people have where they're like, crap, this person knows me and I definitely can't place them, but their face is kind of familiar.
Yeah.
He definitely had that in his eyes, so I sort of started talking, and then I just realized he could not remember my name, so I told him who I was.
Okay. And then after you told him your name was Penny, did he remember you, or was he still like, no, not ringing a bell?
No, he remembered, but you could tell it was like an effort of like opening an old file cabinet, trying to remember.
So what was that like for you? I mean, were you insulted or were you fine with it?
Well, I don't know. I feel like he looked really cute, so I was like a little bummed.
You're hot enough that I'm going to let that one slide.
Yeah, like I was a little bummed about it, but I wasn't going to like let that deter me from talking to him.
So how'd the conversation go after he finally remembered who you were?
It was fine. It was very like small talk. He just looked really good. Like he grew up really well. He lost a little bit of the baby fat, which I said out loud, and I probably shouldn't have.
Wow, you lost your baby fat.
You're not so fat.
Look at you. Yeah. Wow.
Good job, buddy.
Way to overcome adversity and be good looking when you got older.
Yeah, well, anyway, so I just told him that I thought he looked really good, and then he kind of said the same back.
So wait, did you guys go out on an actual date, or did you just hang out at the fair and have weird conversations about how much weight you've lost?
No, we talked for like 5 minutes, and then our friends were kind of trying to like go to different things. So he just said we should hang out sometime, and he let me pick the restaurant, and we just like so we could continue chatting and kind of catching up, and
Okay.
And how was the date?
It started out really well. We kind of like reminisced a little, and then it got a little awkward kind of in the middle. A friend of mine, a guy friend of mine, ended up being at the same restaurant, and he came over and sat down with us at the table.
God, you run into people that you know all over the place.
I know. It's weird.
He just sat down at your table.
Yeah. I don't know. It's hard to, like, if you knew him, you would be like, yeah, that makes sense. But it was awkward because we were kind of, like, right in the middle of the date.
Right.
Yeah.
But then, I don't know, I sort of thought it was, like, a positive because he gets to see somebody that I work in the same industry with. He got to learn a little bit about me and just kind of, like, see that I, have like a community around me and stuff.
And it shows that you're like a popular person.
Yeah, like I have friends. I'm not weird.
Did he stay for a long time?
He probably stayed for a good 15 minutes.
Dang!
Okay.
On a date, that's
You're
a
like,
long
hey,
time.
you're dropping hints all over the place. I'm on a
Yeah,
date.
but it honestly didn't feel like 15 minutes. Like I was surprised when I realized it was. We all got along really well. Like It wasn't until after he left that it kind of started to feel like maybe it disrupted the date a little bit.
Do you think it could have been the French kiss when you kissed your friend goodbye?
Oh. That didn't happen.
She didn't say that. What are you imagining in your head right now?
That's not what happened?
It was not a three-way in a restaurant.
I thought that's like it's a coworker of yours. That's naturally what happens when they say goodbye.
No,
so
it's
okay.
No, my coworker.
So not that. All right.
But Christian couldn't have been upset by that. I mean, it's out of your control.
Yeah, I don't think he was upset. It was just like, you could just tell he was kind of uncomfortable. Like,
Maybe it ruined the momentum of the evening.
it kind of just plateaued from there. Like, it was like an awkward side hug when we left.
Oh, that's what I was going to ask you. That was my next question. Was how did it end? Awkward side hug. That's usually a great sign
No.
Yeah.
at the end of a date.
Yeah.
No, it's not.
Man.
You know what? Maybe he hasn't grown up very much. Maybe he's still awkward around girls, and like it was uncomfortable for him to give you a hug.
Maybe. I don't know. I felt really good about the date in general, so I didn't really know, like, if he thought I was, like, dating the other guy or was interested in the other guy or if that guy was interested in me. I just didn't really, it was really hard to read him at the end of, like, how he thought the date went.
All right. And have you talked to him since?
I've reached out a couple times, and I feel like I've kind of gotten the brush off a little. So I just kind of want to get a hold of him and see if I can, like, explain my side and just clear the air. If that guy was the issue, you know.
I wouldn't get panicked about it because that guy might not be the issue. There could be a slew of other issues that you don't know about, you know?
Yeah, maybe it wasn't as good on his side as I thought it was.
I was going to tell her it sounds really salvageable, but apparently not.
You never know. All right.
One side is giving me hope.
Yeah.
All right, we'll play a song, come back, and then call him and get your second date update, all right?
Okay, sounds good.
Okay, hang on.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal in the mornings. Second date update.
All right, we're right in the middle of a second date update, and if you missed the first part, Penny is on the phone, and she's upset because she's not getting a call back from a middle schooler that she went on a date with.
No, you're saying that's so wrong.
Sorry. Should probably clarify.
Yeah.
Penny, unless you don't want me to clarify.
No, please do.
Okay. Penny went out with a dude named Christian. They actually know each other from middle school. She saw him at a fair and she yelled out his name. She was like, "Hey, Christian." And he didn't really remember her until they started talking. They ended up going out to dinner and having a fun time. She does think the reason that he might not be calling back is because one of her friends kind of showed up and sat down for like 15 minutes in the middle of the date. And it might have been kind of strange. But other than that, we have no idea why he's blown her off.
I think that you are going to get a second date out of this and that there's some, like, reasonable explanation for all of it.
I hope so, because, like, he's really cute and funny, and I don't know. It'd be nice to see him again.
Yeah.
All right. I'm going to dial his phone number right now. Here we go.
Hello?
Hi, can I speak to Christian, please?
Yeah, this is Christian. Who's this?
Oh, Christian, cool. I just want to say that you don't know me, but I know you very well.
Okay, that comes off creepy.
What is this?
What is this?
Who's calling?
Who's calling? That's a really loaded question,
Just
Christian.
tell him. What the...
Who is anybody, really? You know?
God, don't get philosophical.
I mean, who are we all?
Look,
Like,
I don't have a lot of time. I'm on lunch. I just love to know what's going on.
all right, well, I was trying to give you some food for thought over your lunch break, but I guess not, Christian.
Oh, God.
Christian, my name's Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the Morning. It's a radio show.
Okay.
Okay, and that would be why I started off the phone call with stupid jokes instead of just having a conversation.
Is there something you guys need from me?
Yeah, he's like, you're an expert on this, so I get
What
it.
do we all need, Christian?
Yeah,
What
okay.
do we need in
Drop
life?
the joke. The joke is over.
Yes.
You're gonna hang up, dude.
Christian, don't hang up. There is something that we need from you. We actually got an email about you from one of our listeners, and they asked us to call you.
Really? Are you being serious?
I don't know, Christian. What is...
Yes,
dang it.
yes,
Yes,
we're
I-
being serious. Oh my God.
Yes.
I don't even have the patience for him
I
right now,
know.
Christian. I'm sorry.
Christian, I'm being serious. One of our listeners emailed us because they wanted us to contact you.
All right, who?
Her name is Penny, and you guys actually know each other from middle school, and then you guys went out on a date a little while
Oh,
ago.
my God. Honestly, I want Penny to leave me alone.
No, that is not the response I was hoping for, Christian.
Why? What?
Christian.
Yeah, I really... I'm sorry, guys. No offense to you, but I don't need to hear from her again.
You don't... Well, why? Why are you so upset? We talked to her. She sounded nice.
She scammed me. I don't know. That's all I have to say.
What do you mean she scammed you? She said you guys had a lovely dinner date and that you're cute and you make her laugh. Like, whoa, what a scam.
That's really sweet of her, but that is not how our night went.
What?
Well, what happened, because we talked to her and she said everything was cool.
Well, did she tell you about her friend who sat down at the table?
She did.
Yeah?
And did she tell you that they attempted to scam me?
No, she didn't tell us that. What do you mean?
Well, both of them were clearly part of some, those things like multi-level marketing schemes, like pyramid schemes, and they tried to run one on me at the table.
What? What? They tried to get you to buy some cleaning products or a pair of ladies' tights or something, and you weren't into it?
No, actually, it was water filters.
Oh, you're kidding.
They're trying to sell you water filters?
Yeah, not a joke. They were trying to sell me some pure as Amazonian rainwater water filters.
Look, man, it sounds like you're upset about that. I think it sounds fabulous.
Oh, come on.
On a date, it's
Are you
not.
sure you didn't just misconstrue what they were talking about their work and you just thought that they were pitching you or something?
It was just way too coincidental. Her friend comes over to the table. Oh, they both love selling water filters. Oh, they want me to sell water filters. Oh, you have a pamphlet on how to sell water filters.
Oh, wow. What's next? Okay.
Excuse me, Christian. This is Penny on the phone. I don't feel like I'm really being fairly represented right now. Am I allowed to cut in?
Even if you weren't, you just did, so that's fine. You're on the phone now.
Well, I feel like I'm being dragged in the mud, and I want to defend myself.
Why is she on the phone? Are you? Is this all part of this scam? Are you all trying to sell me water filters?
No, Christian, not yet. Not yet, at least. We're not in the water filter business, but it sounds like Penny is. But we did sort of scam you because, yeah, she's been on the phone listening this whole time.
I'm just really surprised, Chris. That just sounds. I feel like you're making it sound like I was there to sell you a water filter. It was like my friend just happened to be there, and it. Just because we like what we do doesn't mean that we're trying to sell you a water filter or make you a water filter salesman. Do I think it's a really great gig? Yes, but you don't have to.
Listen, you got to put yourself in my shoes. It was all way too coincidental in there, Penny. Suddenly he's just at our table and has a pamphlet to show me how to sell water filters.
Yeah.
I have 3 pamphlets in my purse right now. You just walk around with them. That's part of it.
That is so weird.
Yeah.
It's not weird. It's like carrying a business card.
It's not like carrying a business card, Penny.
No, because you're trying to involve everyone around you in your little pyramid scheme, and
it's not
everyone wants to be a part of it.
Well, I'm not trying to involve everyone. I'm just saying, if somebody I like wants to be a part of it, I want to give them the opportunity to. And I wasn't even the one that brought it up. He did. It's not like I was trying to sell you anything.
Yeah, but you were the one who was like, wow, you should totally do this. It's such easy money. You can keep your day job and make, I don't know, you had all these statistics that you were pulling out. And it felt like the date turned into you trying to make money off of me. You know what I mean?
I was just trying to be honest. I wasn't trying to sell you. That's genuinely how I feel. You can make an extra $5,000 a month. That's not a joke.
That's a lot.
Look, Penny, I want to believe you because otherwise I had a good time. But the coincidences were just one after the other, and it made it so strange.
I feel like it was one coincidence that he showed up.
That he showed up and you two were like a bad commercial, running through a bit is what made it feel weird, Penny. All of the things you said in those 15 minutes felt like I was watching some happy-go-lucky commercial on television.
I'm honestly, Christian, I don't know what to tell you. It was a coincidence, but it's after we started talking, you actually seemed genuinely interested in potentially selling, which is why we kept going. Are you?
Are you still trying to sell me on this?
Right.
And no, I was never interested. Not even then, and certainly not now. I just wanted to go out on a date with you.
That's all I wanted to, but if I think that you're interested, if you don't want to sell, obviously you don't have to. I could just get you a good discount on one.
Oh my gosh, Penny, what are you doing?
That's pretty sweet.
Penny!
Dude, you got to think about the fringe benefits, Christian.
I feel like the water filters have brainwashed you, Penny.
No, they didn't. They're good water filters.
Okay.
I feel like you guys haven't even tried. You would probably really like them, and you're on the radio. I have a few. I could email you guys a couple advertising things if you wanted to.
No.
Penny,
Penny.
Everybody else might not be into it, and it's kind of illegal to do that, but I'm in. So send that to the station.
No.
But let's get back to the
Penny.
second date here. We'll talk about our money-making opportunity behind the scenes. We need to talk about your date with Christian. Christian, would you like to go out on a second date with Penny? We will pay for it.
I absolutely no. I don't want to go on a second date. I don't want to be scammed anymore. And I don't think you guys realize what's happening here on the radio because you're being scammed too.
Okay. Jubal is allowed to be scammed. I feel like it's fine.
Yeah, whatever. You guys say that until I'm in Ibiza hanging out
With that water filter
with Penny. Yeah, exactly. With a boat named Filter.
Yeah.
Look, I know you guys are all joking and making fun of me, but I'm not kidding. Like, you could make enough money to buy a boat if you were good at selling it.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Dang. You got that boat money.
I know, Penny. That's why I'm in. We're good.
Oh, God.
I think you're pulling my leg.
Yeah.
I would never do that to anybody. But Christian...
You don't ruin a good business opportunity when it knocks on your door.
Christian, are you sure you won't go on another date?
Absolutely not.
Even if she didn't bring up the water filter stuff, like you liked her.
Yeah, all that aside.
I don't know if I can not bring it up. It's a part of my life.
All right. Well, I stand wrong.
Well, I'm sorry the second date didn't work out for you, Penny. And Christian, thank you very much for your time. Appreciate it.
Yep.
Yeah, and you have fun struggling with those conventional water filters, the ones that burst into flames. You try to use them.
Ooh, you're good already.
Yeah, see?
Can I privately send you the link to these? Because they're really good.
Send it along, Penny.
Oh, my God.
Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
Got a text in at 78592 says, I don't know what to think about that second date update, but I do know that I'm going to be rich now. Thank you. So, if you missed today's second date update, Penny wanted to call this dude named Christian. They actually knew each other in middle school, and she saw him at a fair. They decided to actually go out after they reconnected. But the reason he wasn't calling back was because during her date, she ran into a friend who she works with. They work in the same field. They do like a pyramid scheme type thing for water filters.
Yeah.
And they spent like 15 minutes pitching him on why he should sell these water filters, and he thought that he'd been scammed and set up by her to go out on this date just so that she could try to sell him some water filters.
Yeah.
Oh my God, it just dawned on me.
What?
Did she just do the whole second date update so she could pitch us the same thing?
Whoa.
Did we get scammed?
Maybe you guys got scammed, but I'm still investing in this, okay?
Yeah.
So, yeah, you guys lost out because you don't want to believe her, but I am going to retire pretty soon.
We did get a couple texts, and they're like, what are the water filters called? Like,
Totally.
this could honestly be a scam.
And what if she never wanted to date with the guy to begin with?
Oh, my God.
What if the
Well-
whole thing from the very beginning? What if she never even knew him from junior high?
Well, then she's a genius marketer, and good job.
Yeah.
Hopefully we moved some water filters for you. Remember, if you want to do a second date update, all you have to do is email the show, and we will call the person who didn't call you back. Don't forget, it is Friday, so Young Jeffrey's Song of the Week is coming up at 8:10.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal's second date update.
In my experience, one of the best places to hit on a girl during an interview, a job interview.
What?
Yeah, it's the best time to try to slip it in there and see if you can get a date.
Yeah.
That is sort of what Jack, who's on the phone with us today, did with a girl named Michelle, who he wants us to call for a second date update. And I couldn't tell from the email if they actually did go out or not, but he did ask her out while she was being interviewed for a job with his company. Hey, Jack, what's up, dude? How are you?
Hey, what's happening, guys?
How's it going? So, Jack, did you guys actually go out?
Yeah, we did. We went out for drinks.
Okay, so you did go out with this girl.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll get to that date in a second. First, though, I want to know, how do you ask out a girl that you're interviewing for a job? Like, what happened?
Well, she came in for a job interview at my place, and I was the kind of person who talked to her afterwards and, like, just kind of walked her out to her car out of the building. And
So you weren't doing the actual interviewing. You were like the person leading her to and from the interview?
Yeah, I was kind of like the exit landing person, kind of whatever.
Okay.
You know?
I was really hoping you were the one that asked the questions.
Yeah, me too. So you were like, follow me. I'll take you to the important guy. Right? Sort of.
Yeah, a little bit. I mean, I was to our, like, senior vice president guy. He's the one who does all the hiring and stuff, so.
Okay.
Would you be in trouble with work if they found out that you were hitting on potential employees?
I don't know if it would
would be a conversation.
Okay.
All right. Are you scared that you're going to get in trouble now that she's not calling you back after you guys went out?
No, I don't think so. I don't think she would do anything or say anything.
What was her reaction when you asked her out as she was leaving the interview? I don't know. That whole thing just is curious to me because I don't think I would ever ask a girl out like that.
Well, I didn't when I walked her out because it didn't seem appropriate. But after, I couldn't stop thinking about her, and so I got her email from the resume that she submitted.
Oh, so you emailed to ask
All
her
right.
out. I see.
Yeah. So you emailed her to ask her out, and then she said yes, I guess.
Yeah. So
All right.
You know,
we just kind of went out and had drinks and stuff.
I want to warn you, Jack, that this is how my best friend met her current husband.
What?
He was actually interviewing her for a temp job and asked her out, and they're married and having a baby
Yeah,
now.
but did he actually ask her out on the interview, or he creepily walked her out and then stalked her resume and got the email and emailed her? There's a difference.
I'll get a clarification on the stalking that happened.
Okay. So tell us about when you actually went out. How'd that go?
It was great. We went out to a bar and hung out for a while and had some drinks. We laughed. I won't say it was like, fireworks and magic, but I had a really great time.
You felt like it was good enough to where she'd go out with you again if you wanted a second date?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. And how many times have you tried to get a hold of her since you guys went out?
Well, the day after we went out, I texted her and I was like, hey, I had a great time. I'd really like to see you again. And then I didn't hear anything for like a day or so, and I texted her again and I just asked if she might be free to go out that Friday.
And you got nothing?
No, nothing.
Now, there's no way she felt obligated to go out with you, right? Like, was worried that she wasn't going to get the job if she didn't say yes?
I don't think so, because I made it pretty clear when I emailed her that I didn't have anything to do with the decision-making process. So
Did she get the job? I mean, is she working now with you?
they're still figuring out who to hire, so
Okay.
they haven't made a decision yet.
Well, that would be your way to get a second date right there. Text her and say, hey, if you don't go out with me, I'm going to put in a really bad word for you with the guys who are making the decision. And it's a no-brainer for me, Jack.
Yeah, that's a pretty good idea.
No, it's not.
No, I wouldn't do it. I kind of felt weird, even emailing her from the start, but I just, like I said, I couldn't stop thinking about her, so.
Okay, well, we'll play a song, come back, call her, and get your second date update, all right?
Right on.
All right, man, just hold on.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal in the mornings. Second date update.
Hey, Jack?
Yeah.
You know what I think your problem is?
What?
I think, okay, so the girl you want us to call today is still in the interview process at your job, right?
Right.
I think that maybe she's not calling you back because she's waiting to see if she gets the job or not. Because if she gets the job, she might not want to go out with you again. If she doesn't get the job, then it's fine because, you don't want to dip the pen in the company type of situation. Like a lot of people don't want to date somebody they work with, so maybe she's just waiting to see if she gets the job.
Yeah, that could be it.
Okay, and if she does get the job and you want to date her again, you have to find a way to get her fired so that she'll go out with you. And we can help you with that too, okay?
So romantic.
And you want to continue to pursue this even if you guys end up coworkers, right?
Yeah. I mean, we'd have to not tell anybody about it, I guess, but...
That like a ton of people who are married met at work.
Yeah.
That's how they meet.
Yeah, I'd definitely like to at least go out with her again and see if that's a possibility.
Okay.
Yeah, that's cool.
I'm going to dial the phone number right now, see if we can get her on the phone, okay?
Great.
Hello?
Hi, is this Michelle?
Yes, this is she.
Michelle, how are you? This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
I'm sorry, what is that?
Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
What are you?
What is it, Jubal? The radio show?
Oh, okay. What can I do for you?
So you've heard our show before?
I have heard of it.
Oh, you've heard of it. Nice. Okay, that's
That
fine.
works
You
for
know
us.
what? It's better actually to just have heard of us than to have actually heard the show. So you're doing well.
It's more enjoyable that way.
I'm calling you because one of our listeners, someone who does listen to the show, actually wanted us to get a hold of you.
That's kind of weird. But okay.
You recently went out on a date with him.
Oh.
Have you been out on a lot of dates recently, or do you think you know who I'm talking about?
No, not a lot. Just one.
Was his name Jack?
Oh my God. Yes, it was with a guy named Jack.
All right. Well, Jack emailed us because he wanted us to call you. He's wondering why you're not answering any of his text messages or phone calls because he would love to see you again. He did tell us about the way that you met, and I thought it was pretty awkward that he contacted you while you're trying to interview for a job at his company or whatever. But he said he enjoyed your time together and really wanted to see you again. So he asked if we'd call you and see if we could get you on the phone and find out why you don't want to go out with Jack again.
I don't know if I'm, comfortable talking about this.
He basically wants to know. So if it's embarrassing for you and you don't want to talk about it, okay, I still would like to know, but that's fine. I understand. But if it's something that is embarrassing about him, he's willing to hear the answer.
I mean, he's fine, I guess. But
yes,
that's a good sell.
Well, it wasn't even like that. The job that I was interviewing for the day that I met him, I really want.
Right.
And I thought it would be, I don't know, I guess I thought of it more like a prudent networking kind of thing. Rather than,
okay. So you were like, I'll make a good connection at the office. Hopefully maybe he can put in a good word for me. I can get the job.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And, I was sort of using it as an opportunity to kind of suss out, where I stood with the company. He didn't really give me any details, but, the one thing that I did get out of him was that he'd seen my resume and that a lot of really qualified people had applied and just sort of implied, he didn't say, but he kind of implied that, I wasn't qualified, which, I mean, it offended me, honestly.
Yeah. That's kind of rude to say to somebody.
But
yeah, I saw your resume, but you really don't match up to the other candidates. I'm sorry to let you down here, but I'll buy you a drink if that'll help.
Michelle, are you sure he just wasn't nervous and maybe mentioned that because he didn't really want to talk about work and you were bringing it up?
Maybe, but honestly, I just was like, well, okay, if this is how it is, then that's the end of the line for us. You know what I mean?
You were using him to get the job, and then when he told you that you probably weren't qualified in not so many words, you were over it.
I wasn't using him to get the job. I was using the drinks as a networking opportunity.
Yeah. In other words, yeah, exactly. So, I mean, that's pretty much what happened, right? You just wanted to go out, and then once you felt like he was telling you you weren't material for their company, you're like, okay, well, I don't want to go out with him on a date again.
And I don't want to, lead him astray if he wants other things from me that I cannot give. I mean, that's how you play the game.
Yeah.
Am I right?
No, you're right. Yeah. It's all about connections and stuff like that. And I don't think you should lead anybody astray ever. That's why I'm going to tell you that Jack is on the phone with us right now.
Are you kidding me?
No, I'm not. Jack?
Hey.
Oh, my God. You've got to be kidding me. This is bullshit.
Well, at least now he knows what the deal was, Michelle.
Well, yeah, I guess so. I guess now you know what the deal is, Jack.
You could have just texted me back.
I could have, but you seem like the kind of guy that would take any sort of feedback as encouragement, and I don't want to encourage you, straight up.
How about just, hey, I had a good time too, I don't want to go out again?
I mean, I did have a good time, but I'm not going to be your girlfriend. I'm not going to you if that's what we're talking about.
Wow.
Or you could have texted back, I don't think I'm going to be able to use you to get that job.
Oh. Yeah, maybe I should have. Maybe I should have texted back to you. I'm sure you would have taken it really well since you're the kind of weirdo who puts girls on the radio instead of being a young grown-up and leaving me the alone.
Wow, that escalated quickly, Michelle.
I mean, this is inappropriate. I didn't know, I would have presented this very differently if I had known that this dude was on the phone, and that's inappropriate not to let someone know and to put them on the radio. I don't even know how that's legal. I don't even know why I'm still on the phone with you guys. Because
you do know that you're
up.
You're probably still on the phone because you don't have a job to go to.
Oh! He said
Michelle,
that you were still up for the position right now.
Oh, there's not a chance she's going to get it. You should see her resume.
The closet coming out.
Wow, all right. So both you guys are obviously just upset at each other.
Oh, yeah, no, it's cool because I thought I wanted to work for this company, but I obviously don't want to work for a bunch of freaks who stalk girls' emails from their resumes and then ask them out on a date. I can get a job somewhere else.
Just a little tip, Comic Sans is not the font you want to use on a resume.
Yeah, thanks for your feedback. I appreciate it.
Wow.
Michelle, at this point, I would love to ask if you'll go out on a second date with Jack. You guys can discuss new business opportunities. Just call it a new business meeting. How about that?
Not working again.
Like I said, I don't even know why I'm still on the phone with you people, and of course I'm not going to go out with this ass.
Maybe someone listening has a
Yeah.
job opening that'd like to hire you instead.
Dude, Michelle's a go-getter.
She would be so much fun at the Christmas
Yeah.
party.
Jack, would you like to go out with Michelle again after hearing this conversation?
Well, no. However, I will let Michelle make my latte for me when she gets that other job.
Whoa, Jack.
Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
I'm not good at understand.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal's second date update.
The girl who's on the phone for a second date update today says that her date ended in, quote, a triple kiss. Which is an interesting way to end a date. I'm thinking of 3 places on my body I would like to have kissed right now. And let me tell you, if that happened on a first date with me, it would not end there.
I don't think that's what a triple kiss is.
Kristen, how are you?
Hey, I'm good. How are you?
Good. So your date said it ended in a triple kiss. Normally, when I think of a triple kiss, I think it's like 3 people. So I'm envisioning you and the guy that you went out with and the waiter all making out at the end of your date. Is that what happened?
No. I just meant a peck on each cheek and then on the lips.
No, that's not what a triple kiss is. That's misleading.
Really? Actually, Kristen, that's really boring compared to what I was thinking. Could we
I thought it was sweet.
No, not at all, actually. Can we restart this and then you say it's the waiter and him and you guys...
Even if it's not true?
Even if it's not true, I would just, for me, I think it would be more exciting if we could do that. Is that all right?
No.
All right.
I'm not going to say that.
Okay, so the date ended with him kissing you on the cheek twice and then on the lips.
Yeah.
All right. You got a kiss at the end of the date. It sounds like everything went well. Why do you think he's not calling you back?
I don't know. I mean, I met him at yoga, and I don't know. I'm always skeptical of guys coming up to me in yoga, but he seemed really nice, and so I thought, you know.
What made you say yes to this one?
He just really seemed like a yogi. You know what I mean? Like some guys are there, and they just look so awkward, and that they're like really only there for the view. But he seemed like he really was into it, and he seemed to like me, and you know, genuinely wanted to go out to dinner. Like it didn't seem sleazy like it could be.
And how did the date go with him?
It went really well. We had a great dinner. We have a lot in common, and I feel like I was talking about TV shows. I mean, I definitely have like shows I watch on Netflix or whatever, and so I just wanted to know, like, what does he like? And turns out he doesn't have cable.
What a loser.
Oh, come on.
God.
I knew you were going to
Yeah, how do you even want to call this guy back? Jeez.
No, I mean, I feel like that's where maybe I made a mistake.
Why? Was he like one of those snotty people who thinks that he's better than you because he doesn't watch much TV?
No, I mean, like, he said, like, oh, cable's too expensive, so I tried to make a joke and be like, oh, is it because you're poor?
Oh,
and then,
what the?
I don't know if that
I can
came across
understand
as a
that.
joke.
Did he get your joke?
Oh, my gosh.
like, he just got really quiet. And
Oh, man.
It was really uncomfortable. I felt like I really offended him, and I was just joking.
Did you backpedal after you said it? And was like, no, it was just a joke. I didn't mean to actually ask if you were poor.
Obviously, like, I apologized and said I was only joking, and, you know, I just could see on his face that he seemed to understand, but at the same time, I just feel like he got his feelings hurt.
When the bill come, you also said, oh, let me get this. I know you're in tough times right now.
No. Oh, my gosh, no.
It must not have gone too bad. I mean, he kissed you at the end of the date.
And a triple kiss, no less. A triple kiss. I mean, well, I don't know. I mean, he kissed me on both cheeks and on the lips, but it was really, you know, sort of a fast goodbye, so I don't know.
No passion, like an Italian man saying hello to another Italian man? Yeah. Is that more what it felt like?
Yeah, I mean, it was kind of like that. It was kind of weird.
Oh, my gosh. That does not sound sexy at all.
So you think the only reason he's not calling you back is because you called him poor?
I was kidding. Oh, my God.
That sounds so bad.
But is that accurate?
Yes, that's accurate.
All right.
But I didn't mean it like that. I just want him to know that I was kidding.
Okay, well, we'll play a song, come back, call him, and get your second date update, all right?
All right, thanks, guys.
Hang on.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal in the mornings. Second date update.
I like the girl who's on the phone for a second date update today because she's a risk taker.
What?
It's a big risk that you take when you decide whether you should tell the person you're on a first date with that they're poor or not on a first date. And she took that risk and went for it. And unfortunately, now she's not getting a call back. But I like that you were willing to do that.
Oh, my gosh. I was just kidding.
If you're just tuning in for the second date update, Kristen was out with her date who she met at a yoga class. They were having a good time. At some point, they brought up TV watching and how she likes Netflix and Hulu and all that stuff. And he said that he doesn't have internet or TV at her house. And her response was, oh, my God, what are you, poor? She was joking, but he didn't realize it was a joke. And that's the reason that she thinks she's not getting a call back. Are you about ready to get him on the phone and find out why he's not calling you back, Kristen?
Yes, I am dying to find out.
You still even want to talk to him even if he's that bad at taking jokes.
Well, I just want to clear the air and make sure that he's not holding something against me.
Some sort of grudge.
And you will date him if he's poor, is what you're saying.
I don't think that matters. I mean,
There's a little bit of a pause there. You're like, oh, well, I don't know. We'll find out just how poor. All right. I'm going to dial the phone number right now and get him on the phone. You ready?
okay, yeah.
Okay, here we go.
Hello?
Hi, can I speak to Marshall, please?
Yeah, this is him.
Hey, Marshall, how are you? This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
No way.
Yes. How are you?
I'm fine. What's going on?
Well, I'm calling you because one of our listeners emailed us about you and asked me to get you on the phone.
Really?
Yes. Her name is Kristen. You guys recently went out on a date, and since then you haven't been calling her, texting her back or anything, and she's wondering if she did something wrong.
And she asked you to call me?
Yes. It's a segment we do on our show called the Second Date Update. If somebody doesn't get a call back from someone they went out on a date with, they ask us to get that person on the phone and ask why. So now I'm asking you the question, why?
Well, if you must know, during the date, something that probably should have been said wasn't said.
What? Something that should have been said wasn't said, like, take me back to your place? Because I always, look, dude, I get really frustrated when girls don't say that when I'm out with them on dates.
No, not that.
But what was it then?
okay, so we're walking back to her car.
Uh-huh.
And everything up to that point was pretty nice, I guess. We had a couple of awkward moments, but it was okay. You know, it was...
She told us about the part where she called you poor.
Really?
Oh, yeah. See, when we talk to everybody who wants to do these phone calls, we talk to her, and she thought the reason you weren't calling her back was because of that poorly timed joke. And I used the word poor, I guess. But that joke where she called you poor.
No, I mean, honestly, I thought it was a little funny.
Okay. That's good. So it wasn't that. It was whatever
No,
should
it
have been
wasn't
said.
that.
All right, so what should she have said then?
Not once. Not once through the whole night does she say thanks.
She doesn't say thank you?
Yeah. I take her to a nice restaurant. I pay for the meal. Even after she makes a joke about me being poor, I pay for the meal. So nice dinner. I'm walking her to her car, and, I give her a kiss, and she doesn't say anything. There's like no reciprocation.
Did you want to thanks for the kiss too, or just for dinner?
No, well, for dinner, obviously.
Okay, because I always like girls to thank me for dinner and for the kiss. But I do understand where you're coming from. If she didn't thank you at all, that'd be pretty weird. Did she even do the, where girls kind of graciously reach for their purse to grab it, like, I'm going to pay half, and then you're like, no, don't worry.
I think she was expecting me to do it, and I was fine with doing it, but I want a little thanks afterwards,
Of course.
That's understandable.
I went through the effort. Why can't you do that little thing?
So you just feel like you treated her to a really nice time, and she was ungrateful.
Yeah, so I didn't call her back because I don't really want to be with someone who's not going to be as thoughtful as I am with them.
Yeah.
I don't blame you on that.
I wonder if she was thankful at all, don't you?
Well, I assumed she wasn't.
Well,
I didn't hear anything.
We should ask her because she's actually on the other line listening.
Are you kidding me?
No, I'm not.
Jesus.
Kristen?
Yeah. Oh my gosh. I didn't even realize, Marshall. I'm sorry. Thank you. Thank you so much.
You can't throw it in now, I don't think, Kristen.
Are you being facetious? Because that's kind of what it sounds like.
Oh my! No, I'm saying thank you. I had a great time. I really didn't realize that I didn't thank you.
Well, I'm sorry, but where I come from, it's just those are the kinds of polite niceties that you exchange with somebody.
Listen, I guess I just spaced that night. I don't know. I mean, I really do appreciate it, and I just hope that you can forgive me.
Well, look, thank you for saying that, I guess, but really, it's too little too late, and I'm sorry, but I don't have time to go through this with somebody. I want somebody who's going to be that thoughtful, forward-thinking person.
I am a thoughtful person. I don't understand what the big deal is. I'm sorry.
Well, if you can't understand what the big deal is, I think that speaks to something about you.
Hey, she's got manners.
God,
she's saying...
Calm down. You paid with a gift certificate, for crying out loud. You didn't even pay cash or credit card or nothing. It's not even like it was your money.
Well, it was my money because I received it on my birthday from somebody who gave me a present.
All right, hey, you guys, 1 second. So, Marshall, did you really pay with a gift certificate?
Yes, I paid with a gift certificate, but that has no bearing on this situation. I could have used that gift certificate in any other thing that I wanted to pay for, but I chose to use it for our dinner.
Yeah, I'm not ripping on you for that at all. Kristen, I'm asking you, did you not say thank you because you noticed that it was a gift certificate and not his actual money?
No, I'm just saying that right now because he's pissing me the off. It's ridiculous.
Okay.
Marshall, don't you think you're being a little bit too hard-nosed on this thank you thing?
Yes,
well, maybe I'm old-fashioned, but I don't see that,
This is ridiculous. I've never heard of anyone getting so hung up on thank you this one time.
Well, yeah, first it's this one time, and then, in a relationship, then it becomes forgetting birthdays or not really caring about birthdays, anniversaries that you don't really give a crap about. But, here I am.
Wow, it sounds like you have a lot of baggage.
It's not about baggage. It's about having common courtesy for your fellow human beings. It's very simple.
And speaking of common courtesy, and I hope that you will say thank you after this, Marshall, I would love to send you guys out on a second date. Would you go out with Kristen again? I'll pay for it.
No, you don't even need to ask him because I'm not going on a second date with him.
Kristen, listen, you know nothing about manners. I do. It's rude not to at least ask. So I'm asking Marshall if he'll go out with you again.
Oh, my gosh.
No, I would not like to go on another date with her. And I would like to thank Kristen for losing the number that I gave her.
You're welcome, and go ahead and lose my yoga class and find another one.
It's not your yoga class, Kristen. Okay?
Excuse me, the teacher
We
is
met
my
there.
friend, and you don't get to come anymore.
You can't do that.
Yes, I can, and you are banned from my yoga class forever.
Oh my gosh.
Wow. Kristen, you lost a potential second date, and Marshall, you've lost your privileges to do yoga at her yoga studio.
Look, I don't care what she says. I'm still showing up to that class.
Brooke and Jubal in the morning.